to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangi.
I'm Jack.
And we are home.
Look where we're at.
We're home.
Look where we're at.
We're home.
Just lots of, go ahead, buddy. It's, I don't know. Can't really, words don't, just don't have the words.
No, it's kind of surreal.
Blessings. We've been blessed.
It doesn't seem real yet.
We'll get into more of this here after we give people a chance to
My hair's weird.
to join us. I know a lot of people get notified and then join us about a minute or two into it.
Hey, Diana. Are we going to see you this weekend, Diana?
Let's see.
Hello, Megan.
Oh, I didn't do that. I mean, I didn't mean to do that.
Because you
There we
totally
go.
did it. Hey,
Yeah.
Deborah. There's Lula from Ohio. Donine
The Banks
from
Homestead.
Saskatchewan. So many familiar names and some new folks. Hello, everyone. Oh, hey, Mary, you're in Destin. Nice. Carol and Carolyn and Rebecca and Valerie and Anna and Linda. Everybody.
I'm gonna adjust
There's
that.
Miss Kathy. Hey, Miss Kathy. How are you doing?
There we go.
Yes, we are home. We have spent 4 nights. Last night I think was our 4th night.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's been awesome. It has been like, okay, so I think, was it Friday? It was Friday night was our first night here.
Yeah.
And so
The 3rd. I don't know what today is, but
Yeah.
the 3rd was our
Yes.
first night here, and of course that is 1 day shy
Friday.
of 4 months, because our house was damaged severely. May 4th.
Yes.
I always remember, may the 4th be with you.
yes. The 4th was not with
So
us.
it wasn't with
The
us.
Lord was.
God was with us, and God
Yeah.
has been with us every second of this last 4 months.
Yes.
And beyond. But
Hey, Jason.
we're probably going to take you on a little mini tour here in just a moment. So we'll try to do that if the Wi-Fi
Hey,
and everything
Andrea.
holds up okay.
Yeah.
We still have a lot to fix. We just thought once the hot water heater and the air conditioning system was replaced,
Yeah.
and of course we had electric, but once we got the hot water and air working, we thought let's go ahead and get back in the house. And so now that we're here, and we're not 20-30 minutes away, just running back and forth,
Right.
we can get a whole lot more done now
Right.
that we're here.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, we still have.
Hey, Sandra.
I mean, we still got a ways to go.
Yeah.
A ways to go, but this house has come together enough to where we're in it.
Yes. Let's
So,
see. Amanda said.
Yeah, and I wasn't looking at.
Mandy
comments.
said, "Weird. The other live I was on, the picture was perfect. This one is blurry. Oh, are we blurry for everybody else or just you?"
"Are we blurry?
Yeah, it's
Is it the camera lens? You want to clean it?"
No, she said she'll try refreshing. No, because you can see what we look like there.
Yeah, we're clear on our laptop that we're looking at down
Yeah.
here.
But yeah, so
Yeah, Stephanie says not blurry, so.
so we have, like he said, we have a lot to do. And I do, you guys know, I have plans on updating the kitchen, but I posted on our Instagram today that we have a list of priorities that we're trying to attack, and the kitchen is not at the top because the kitchen is functioning and it's fine. But we have some things that we need to do, like the basement is the top priority right now. Because we were able to get some things out of the basement after the house fell.
A few things.
And all of that is in our garage.
Yeah.
And so we can't use the garage until that stuff is out, but we can't get it out until we have the basement ready for that.
So we've been down in the basement today. My son and I have been painting. So if we can here in just a moment, I'm going to take you on a field trip.
Yes.
We're going to go down to the basement, and yeah, we've been painting. We've still got several more days of that to go,
Yes.
and eventually I want to paint the floor too. So
Yeah.
the walls, the floor, everything's going to be painted, and then we'll start moving everything out of the garage, back down in the basement, and then start buying the things that we need, like a deep freezer. And,
Yes, if we can find them.
yeah, deep
Hopefully we
freezer.
can find it, yeah.
Some other items. Some we need some chairs down there. And
Yeah.
a desk. My office is gonna be downstairs. Basically, the basement's gonna be my man cave,
Yeah.
So-
Well, like it was before,
like it was before, but
but better.
hopefully better.
Yeah.
It
I'm
definitely
excited-
will be stronger.
It'll be stronger for
Yeah.
sure. But what I'm excited about with the basement is the well, you'll see here in a minute. I'm gonna have basically a cellar. I guess some people call it a larder.
A larder.
A larder, yeah.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's what it's called. But just basically where we keep our canned goods.
I call it a pantry or
an extended pantry.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
it's
gonna be dark.
it's gonna be a utility room /
Yeah.
pantry because well, we'll show you here in
Yeah.
a second.
But anyway, I'm really excited because it'll be, like I said, it's in the corner of the basement, and it's gonna stay dark most of the time, and except for when we turn a light on in there. So anyway, so I'm just looking forward to being able to store, like winter squash and things like that, things that will keep
What
better
made you
and longer.
decide not to use shiplap?
What made me decide not to use shiplap?
And what were you going to use shiplap on?
I don't know. I don't remember. You talking about in the kitchen in here? Because I had talked about using that peel and stick.
Tile.
Yeah, like a tile.
Yeah.
But what I did mention doing shiplap as an option. But what I have decided to do in the kitchen here is we're gonna fix the drywall and then just paint it. And the reason why I decided that was because I was really disheartened by this wall here behind Jackie's head. That wall did fine when I took the tile off. Some of the paper came off, but there were no holes. And then the other two walls, there's a few places where chunks of drywall came out. And I just got really frustrated. And I thought, if 10 years down the road, I decide I want to update the kitchen again, I don't want to be married to something that I would have to change and then cause damage again. So I would just rather paint it. So we do have somebody that's going to fix the drywall, and then I'm just going to paint.
Somebody said, "How's the new AC doing?" Which wonderful. It's actually,
Hey, Miss Sharon.
it's definitely, it's definitely an item we weren't expecting to have to replace or pay for and stuff like that. But the new system is so much better than what we had before.
It really is.
I mean,
very efficient.
As
and
far as the
quiet.
tonnage, it's the same, but the unit is actually larger and it blows more air. And what we've got on the thermostat is 2 or 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Well, we usually kept it on about 74
Yeah.
to keep it comfortable. Looking at it over there, it's at 77, and it's as cold or colder than it was
Right.
with our old system.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
So
With
so
that
it's
setting.
really it's working great.
Yeah. Yeah, larder is not it's not a common word, but yeah, that's
Somebody posted like a definition for it.
that's what it's called though, yeah.
But that room won't be just for that. That room,
Yes.
when it's a utility room basically
Mm-hmm.
that we're also going to use for her shelves and canning stuff.
Yeah.
And our deep freeze.
Yeah.
So
Deep freezers.
yeah.
Plural.
So how about I?
Oh, thank you,
Oh.
Service Chihuahua.
Hey,
So
thank you so
nice.
much.
We're good. We're tired, but a good
We're
tired.
exhausted.
But it's good because we're home and we've been working
Yeah.
on the house, and it's like
And
I don't
I'm-
know. Like I said, I keep like today putting stuff up, getting it like the last few mornings, getting up and having coffee and being able to look out at my chickens, and I don't know. I just have waves of emotion, and then other moments it just feels like it's not real. It's just really,
Yeah.
really good to be here.
I mean, I'm exhausted. I'm just so tired. I've been up. What, you were up before I was.
I was
and
up at 5:30 this
I was
morning.
up at 6.
Yeah, I
and
just
we've
knew there was a lot to do
We've
today.
just been going nonstop. Let me tell you something stupid I did.
Uh-oh.
So
Aw, thank you, Mandolin.
we got the yard graded, and so I went and got seed and fertilizer, and I've seeded the yard. I have fertilized it, and I had went and picked up, I think I had 6 bales of straw, and so I scattered them and realized this morning that I'm going to need probably 4 or 5 more. So I went down the road and to get some, and they said it's in this back barn back there. Just go get you some. So I went to the back barn and saw all the bales, and I mean, it's first thing in the morning. I'm still trying to.
Well, he actually woke the guy up. The
I
guy
woke the
was
guy
still
up.
in bed.
So
Yeah.
I threw them in my truck and come back here and started spreading them, and I got one spread out, and I got to looking at it, and I was like,
That looks different.
I got hay. I got bales of hay.
Thank you, Laura.
So I don't know. I spreaded it all out, and I'm thinking this may not be good. I may smother out all the seed. I don't know if you have to use straw, if hay in a few places will be okay. I don't know. What do you guys know? But I just hope I don't need to redo that
Yeah,
part.
Kathy
anyway.
said we'll have a nice crop of alfalfa. I guess if any of the seeds from the
I'm okay.
hay drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess that's the biggest thing is you'll have all that grass seed
Yeah.
from that field.
Yep. Oh boy.
But I also heavily seeded the yard with rye and fescue.
Did you use all of that?
No,
Okay.
I didn't use it all.
Good
So if
Hey,
I have to
Farmer
redo
Brian.
a few places, I've still got enough seed and I still have a little bit of fertilizer. So I purposely saved some.
Good deal. Good deal.
So the hay will sprout. Well, we'll just keep it mowed like a yard. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I may just have to go rake that stuff up and throw it to the chickens.
Throw it to the chickens.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's very frustrating because I've gotten straw from them before, and they said it was in that back barn. And
And
I
it
don't
wasn't
know.
straw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I blame myself. I don't blame them.
Well, thank you, Manda. My hair is actually dirty, but
So Tangi's gonna man the laptop.
thank you.
Tangi's gonna man the laptop and read the comments while I'll take you on a quick field trip. So we just want to show you a little bit of, I guess, the repairs, what has been rebuilt, what new stuff we have been able to add,
Hey, Carol.
and kind of what our plans are.
Hey, Emily.
Okay?
Yeah. So you'll have to show them.
Well, there's Ivy Acres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to show them my larder, my future larder.
Okay, so let me see. And when I start moving, I don't know, sometimes it might
Don't get motion sickness.
freeze up a little. But if it does, hang with us. I'll get back up here and put it in a better spot and get it going
All
again.
right. See y'all back here in a minute.
Yeah, let's
Never
take
mind
them
the
on a
mess.
trip. So yeah, she's gonna man the computer.
I'm gonna woman the
And yeah.
computer.
Yeah. So let me take you downstairs real quick. Can I flip this around? Yes, I'm gonna flip this around. So this is the wall that we've been painting today. So this is the wall that exploded in, collapsed in, and took everything out of our basement. But now we got a new wall and we have rooms. I'm just gonna do a slow pan and tilt. I see comments. Yeah, I can see comments on here. So right now we're trying to paint, and we've got a little room right here. I'm gonna start over here. This is eventually going to be a bathroom. So this is going to be a bathroom over here. Then we have another room right here. It's dark in there, but that's going to be a bedroom slash office. Technically, we can't call it a bedroom because there's no window or escape. This area is going to be, we're going to put TV here. We're going to have chairs out here. This is what has been holding the house up for the last 2 or 3 months. Before the wall was rebuilt, these were the beams that we got at an Amish sawmill. And you can see the paint and stuff that we've got. And here's Tangi's larder or pantry. Hey, there's a new HVAC system. And here's a new water heater. So we've got a dedicated plug on its own circuit right here for the deep freezer, or 2. Be awesome if we could have 2 right here. And then the rest of this room is going to be pantry stuff. So this is a good sized room. This is a pretty large room. It's actually larger than that bedroom over here. So I don't know if y'all made sense out of all that, but so you've got the utility room, pantry, whatever you want to call it. We'll have a seating area, kind of a rec room back here, just in the middle, bedroom, bathroom, and then we've got this whole area over here, which is going to be kind of my study, my office area. The old office was back here. All of my bookshelves, all of my desk, even photo albums and stuff. We lost a lot of that stuff. So that's what we have to all replace. And we appreciate all the support that we've gotten from all of you guys. So I'm gonna head back upstairs. That was just a super quick tour. Did I freeze up any?
Nope.
Hey, I didn't freeze up any?
Nope. And your sister's in the chat.
Hey, here, let me stick this back.
It was really weird though, watching you go down there and me being up here. All right. So I was able to do some chatting with some folks and answer some questions. But yeah, so we are very, very excited. It's all coming together.
And I hope that made sense the way I was describing everything.
From what I could hear, it did. Well, hey, 6-Shooter Homestead. I really like the name of your channel.
I like that.
Let's see.
So my sister's on there.
Little Garden Big Dreams. Yeah, it's, there were some things that were lost that he mentioned that, we probably won't be able to get back, in those, things like photos or whatever,
Yeah.
but
I mean, if
most
anybody,
everything can be.
if anybody, well, you've suffered a house fire when you were a teenager, and if people go through stuff like that, there are certain personal things that you lose that can't be replaced, and so there are things that we lost. And I was actually thinking of something the other day. I hadn't thought of it till just a day or two ago, and I got to thinking, what did I do with that? Where is that? And I was like, yeah, it's probably gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. I mean, there may be things a year from now
Yeah.
we'll be thinking, didn't we have such and such? And we're like, oh, we lost it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, David. David said you could always get the kids to recreate them. That's the new trend. You know, like you have the photos
Yeah.
and then people recreate it.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I've seen that.
Farmer Brad asked a great question. Any advice to prepare ahead for things like that? So my number one advice would be look at your homeowner's insurance policy and see what it covers and make sure that you understand crystal clear what is covered
And what's not covered.
and what's not covered.
And
yes.
and honestly, you know, we didn't have this house built. We weren't around when this house was built. This house is almost 20 years old. We've been here 3 years. So when it was inspected, it passed inspection, no issues. Everything looked solid. How are we to know that the basement walls had no rebar, had no reinforcement, had no mortar or grout in them,
Right.
anything, you know, and they had backfilled with dirt all the way to the walls, and they hadn't backfilled with gravel. They did have a drain at the bottom, but that's 8 or 9 feet down into the ground. And honestly, when the wall blew in down at the drain, it was dry. You know, but the first 5 or 6 feet of earth was saturated, and that much, I mean, that's tons of pressure.
Yeah.
So there were some things that we had no way of knowing. But as far as things that you can do to prepare, of course, we're all about preparedness. You had 2 or 3 months worth of food. You had a year's worth of butter. We had a deep freeze full of meat.
Yeah.
So we were prepared for like ice storms or power outages or, you know, disasters that you normally just think of that you would be kind of stuck in your home without necessity. We have a generator. We had gallons of gas. So we knew that we could keep things running, have food, have water, have power. But all that stuff, well, not all that stuff, but all the food items and pantry and deep freezer, all that was in the basement that got completely destroyed.
Right.
And so automatically all of our food reserve was instantly wiped out.
Okay, so that would be another tip is don't keep all of your preps in one area, which we didn't.
Yes.
We did have some things upstairs. Some of our home canned goods we did have upstairs. But I did keep our surplus downstairs.
And I will say this, when we woke up that morning and the house was popping, cracking, and then started moving, literally moving, as I got out of bed, I actually fell down, and I realized that's when the wall gave and the house did that. And that was at the exact same moment.
Yes.
But what was I going to say? Yeah, don't have all your things in one place. We have backup hard drives
Yes.
of a lot of our family photos. So I have a lot of family photos that were digital backed up on some hard drives, and I actually have one in my nightstand. I had one in a closet. Sometimes I do have one downstairs in the basement, but I don't think it was down there, was it? Or did we lose one?
I don't remember.
Maybe we lost one. See, we're remembering stuff. But I kind of had a go bag.
Yeah.
And I had a backpack with necessity items in it, like emergency items. And when it happened, I immediately grabbed that bag, which had not only some necessity items in it, but it also had, you know, our checkbooks, and some other things that you're going to need
Right.
if you can't get back in your house. And then I ran back in and grabbed your purse,
Right.
Even though the sheriff was telling me, don't go in that house. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah, and I will say this too. thankfully, I always have clothes by my bedside. I think it's a good idea if you don't already have shoes and pants by your bed in case you need to hightail it out really quick. That's a really good idea. Also, knowing knowing where your purse is, knowing where, things like that, if you ever need to get out of the house quickly, or if you can, go back in your house, but you only have a short amount of time, that you know where those things are kept.
Yes, you got out alive. That's what matters.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Even though this was crazy and this has been a difficult time, there's no doubt God has been so good to us through this.
Oh,
We have been so
absolutely.
blessed. None of us got hurt. We all have our health. We had our family. And people were saying, 6 to 8 months minimal. But because the Lord started opening doors and hearts of friends and viewers and church family,
And some people that we didn't even know.
lots of people that we didn't
Yeah.
even know. I mean, some of the YouTube channels did a video about it, and their people
Right.
reached out, and they didn't know our channel, but they heard, and it was word of mouth. It was an amazing community effort.
Yeah.
And somebody said the other day to us, if the insurance did cover this, you still wouldn't be in your house.
Right.
Because they would be fixing it the way they wanted it fixed, and it may be twice as long, but because of some of the support we got, and we were able to go to the people we wanted to and just get things done. 4 months later,
4 months we're in.
it's not done, but we're here.
Right. Right.
We're back in it.
It's safe enough to live in now, so that's. But yeah, a lot of people are asking really good questions. We are painting the inside of the basement. Yes. Another question was, have we addressed water issues from the inside of the basement? Before the basement fell, we had a sump pump installed. And so we had not been having issues with water in the basement since we had that installed. But we do actually tomorrow, we have a company coming to give us a quote on installing another sump pump on the other
Okay.
side of the basement.
There was a question, it's like, what is the blue light in your
Oh.
kitchen? And I was like, we don't have a blue light. We got a blue light? And I was like, oh, we do have a blue
Did we
light.
get that at Harbor Freight or at Ollie's? I can't remember.
We got that at Ollie's.
Ollie's,
That's a
yeah.
little bug zapper.
Well, it's not a bug zapper. It draws bugs, and then it has a sticky sheet in the inside. So we have
It's not a bug zapper.
We have it right there next to the fruit. So it's attracting the fruit flies, and then it sticks.
Yeah,
And it also, we live right next to a goat farm, and so we get flies in our house. And even the flies are going to that thing. So it's
Yeah, and
pretty handy.
with the construction, we've got French doors right here. Those don't work.
yeah.
Those are that door's busted all to pieces.
You can
Sorry,
open
I
it,
just
but
messed
it's
this
hard.
up.
You can't close it because it's crushed.
So yeah, there's certain things we can't use, but we can't go out this door right now. That's all gonna have to be replaced. I know it didn't look bad when we just showed it to you, but it is. The floor's buckled right here next to where my chair is in front of that door. So flooring's got to replace. But, the bugs that get in here, that's just to help with that.
Yeah. So somebody asked, did they hear right that I was going to paint my cabinets because they like the way they look now? And yes, I am going to be painting these. And the main reason for that is because we are replacing these floors. Like he said, they're buckled, and we didn't like the floors when we bought the house, and we were hoping to be able to eventually change them out. Well, now we have to. So,
Yeah.
but anyway.
Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. The flooring that we love is a lot darker than what we currently have. So with that flooring, it's really going to darken the kitchen. So I want to lighten it and brighten it. And so my uppers are going to be white, and my lowers are going to be like a bluish gray. And anyway, in the cleaning video that I posted last week, I think I actually show color chips of what I'm going to be working with. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be lovely. I really want to start now, but I can't.
Tonight,
Thanks, Glenda.
we had an awesome dinner. Tonight was actually the first night where it actually felt like I was home.
Yeah. It was cool when you said that when you came in. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've been down in the basement painting, vacuuming, putting hay on my yard. But, what was that? Then something.
Is one of the dogs outside?
I don't know. You might want to go check.
All right. Kids.
Yeah. Something's at our front door. It could be Bo.
Why would you try to It's Georgia.
Georgia. Our dog was outside and we didn't know it, so she was scratching.
Well, it's a good thing she didn't argue in an OFT.
Yeah, because we don't have their dog collars to keep them. Anyway, I have no idea what. Oh yeah, behind us you kind of see a sort of a nice clean kitchen and everything, but the last 2 or 3 days we've looked like
An episode of Hoarders.
an episode of Hoarders. Boxes piled everywhere.
Yeah. Well, it's just because we were so excited about coming home that we grabbed all of our stuff from that other house and we brought it here and we just dropped it and then went and got another load.
Yeah, we were like, the air's on. I guess we could stay here tonight.
Let's go home.
And we just started throwing stuff in vehicles.
Couldn't get here fast enough.
So, in fact, this morning we went and got our last stuff. We haven't even contacted them yet.
No, we haven't. But you're getting off your point.
Yes.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it looked like an episode of Hoarders. You know, we've been busy. We've been trying to unpack and put stuff up. And so today, I went and picked up, I ran an errand and I came back. And when I walked in, you could smell supper being cooked. And supper was awesome. Just meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans. I mean,
Sweet tea.
Comfort food with
Liquid America.
to get me
down.
back. I mean, and it was just like, I feel like I'm home. Tonight was the night. The first 3 nights, it felt like it was in a new place or a weird place.
It did, yeah. It was just weird. It was just, but a good weird.
Yeah.
The first night I slept like a baby. Of course, I had taken 2 Benadryl because my allergies were so
slept
bad.
maybe 2 hours the first night.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I slept really, really good. But it was just, I mean, like I said, I'd been having a really bad allergy flare up, so I had taken 2 Benadryl before I went to bed. And man, I mean, I slept good. I have a sound machine app on my phone, and I had it on.
She's been playing with weird sounds too.
Yes, the one that I'm currently loving. I have always slept to like a thunderstorm, but I just found one called Desert Wind. So it's just like white noise.
Desert Wind. It sounds like the air conditioner, like a window unit, is constantly running.
And it's awesome. Like I'm loving that one right now. So
I like the thunderstorms.
Yeah, I do too.
Maybe I don't like thunderstorms no more. I don't know.
But yeah, we are very, very happy to be home. Let's see, Karen said, Tangi, I love the picture you posted on Instagram of your car packed full. Yeah, that was, it was a good feeling. But yeah, so what you were starting to say was y'all went back and they got the last, we had just a few big things. We had just a few big things at that house. I had already gone, I went Saturday. And I cleaned that house. Didn't it look good? I had the house.
It did.
It
looked
house
awesome.
looking really good. But anyway, so I went and I got it cleaned out, and then they went today and they got the last few big things. So we are 100% moved.
Yeah.
We are done. We are home, and I'm still pinching myself.
Yeah, Donna, I like the Gentle Rain app. I have a thunderstorm CD with piano and flute.
Nice.
I don't know if I would like that.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Lula?
Lula
That
said,
has Benadryl.
Yeah.
Benadryl will work. That'll put you to sleep.
well, that's what she's saying, because I'm saying I had taken 2. She said 1 knocks her out,
Yeah.
2 she would never. Now,
Well-
1 knocks me out too, but 2 keeps me asleep longer. And you know how it is, like when you have bad allergies and like you have to see. I breathe through my nose. This is such a random. Anyway, I breathe through my nose when I sleep, but when I have bad allergies, I have to breathe through my mouth, and then I get like a tickle in my throat, and it makes me like, dry heave. It's just ugly. So I'm like, 2 Benadryl will keep me asleep, hopefully through the night, and I won't have to mess with all that. Anyway, continue.
Where were we? I don't know. So where do we go from here? We are waiting on a bid to find out. One reason we haven't replaced these doors.
This is exciting news, because I don't think we've shared this yet.
The back of the house still has no. If y'all have seen photos, or if you saw the last house update video that I did, which was about 2 weeks ago, we've been so busy these last 2 weeks, we just have not been able to film anything.
Yeah.
So we apologize for that. We've really been trying to keep everybody updated. But our back of the house is still bare. It has no brick. It has no siding on it. It has nothing on it. And that's going out these doors that I just showed you a few minutes ago.
Oh, Mandy, just wait. We're getting to that part.
So
excited.
we are waiting on a builder to get back with us with an estimate and plans that he's putting together to hopefully build on another man cave for me.
No.
Oh, an extra office for me.
No.
A rec room for the kids.
No.
Barbecue patio.
No.
Oh, a sunroom in your office.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is actually something we had talked about when we bought the house.
Yeah, for the last 3 years, we've been thinking,
Like, it'd be really nice.
Awesome to have a sunroom.
Yeah. Well,
out here.
if you've seen our videos, and a lot of you have been with us for a long time, so during the day,
A she shed.
during the day, the deck was, I mean, you almost couldn't go out there because the sun beats right down on it, and it was super hot, so we couldn't really enjoy it in the day. We would sometimes go out there first thing in the morning. And that was really the only time we would go out there.
Yeah, Mandy, we thought about a screened-in porch. I mean, that was kind of our first thought, was it'd be awesome to have a screened-in porch. Then we kept brainstorming and thought, well, what about not a screened-in? What about an enclosed,
Right.
an extra room?
So now that
And we
this whole incident basically took care of the demolition part of doing that, we thought,
took care of that quick.
since we have to do something on the back anyway, this would be the perfect time to go ahead and do the addition that we wanted to. Plus, you guys know I work from home. I have a full-time job, and my desk has been in our bedroom, and that is just not ideal. So I am getting a very much needed office space. I had tried to work from the basement, but not having sunshine does something to me mentally, and I gave it a solid month down there, and I just could not do it. So I kept finding myself coming back upstairs and sitting at the table. So, but yeah, so the plan is to have a sunroom, an all seasons room. We'll have windows that we'd be able to, open up. And yes, I saw Mandy said something about having plants in there. And then off the sunroom would be my office. And so I'll be able to see my chickens
And it would be,
and my garden
there
from
would
my
be
office.
kind of a pocket door, like a wall and a pocket door.
Thanks, Jason, you too.
That separates her office from the rest of the sunroom. If it works out, and we're very hopeful that it will. He's got to draw up the plans and give us the bid estimates and all that, and then we have to go talk to our the bank, the people that own this house, and see if they'll give us some funds to build it, and after that's over, we can refinance the house with a much lower interest rate because they're very low right now, and hopefully they'll still be low a few months from now.
Yep.
And it looks like maybe our payments won't
change
much.
So, and
we're hoping that.
we're also the contractor is also going to give us a separate bid on finishing out the bathroom downstairs.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna see what we can do.
Yeah.
And and if all else fails, maybe we will just do a screened-in porch if we can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a possibility we won't be able to do that, but we're gonna see. This is the time. If it's gonna be done, now would be the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
Because we know we have to do something to the back of the house.
Right.
I mean, we're still gonna have to put siding on the house back here. We're still gonna have to redo a porch area. So we might as well just
see if we can't do what we really want to do, and then just go from there.
Yeah.
But
and if you were if you just joined us within the past 10 or 15 minutes, I did take y'all. I took everybody on a field trip down in the basement and kind of showed them the new rooms and walls and what our plans are down there. So the bathroom downstairs is what I'm excited about.
Yeah, someone else had asked a question earlier, and they said what was done to reinforce the existing walls.
Oh, okay. So the wall that was rebuilt has rebar. Rebar is in
all the new walls.
In all the new walls. It also has the wire mesh in between each layer of block. There's a wire mesh going this way, and there's rebar going that way. Then once the wall was built, the last 2 courses of block were left off, so we could bring a concrete pump truck in, and they would pump, and they filled it full of concrete. So it's got rebar, it's got wire mesh, and it's full of concrete. And if you also saw the little walk around down there, there's columns. About every 6 feet apart, there's actually columns that they blocked in as well. Kind of like an old, not an old, but kind of like a gymnasium or a big auditorium. The walls will have a jut out, and those are support columns on those big walls. So he put some down there as well. And again, the video I posted 2 weeks ago, or almost 3 weeks ago, that video shows that process. It shows them pumping the concrete in and finishing up the walls. And the guys that did the block work and the concrete work, they were first of all, they're just good people.
Yeah.
They got big hearts. They're good Christian people. And besides that, everybody says these guys are some of the best block work, concrete people you can get in this area.
When people found out who we got to do our block, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you got him!" It's like, we've been trying to get him forever.
Yeah, and we didn't know him at all. Again, this is just how God opens doors. He names were dropped to us. We just gave them a call. Yeah. They come out and looked at it and kind of saw what we needed, and they were willing to take the job.
People that we know and trust said, you need to call this person. And because we trust them, we did.
Because we trust them.
And then it turns out we got some really good people.
And it's like the guy that's given us the bid on the sunroom. We've never knew him or met him, but
I met his daughter. Let me tell you how this is so funny.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so a few years ago, Amy Fuel started a Facebook group, and she and I had started a collaboration on like Christian homestead homemaking. So she started a Facebook group for that. And anyway, one day somebody put in a post. Is there anybody here from Kentucky? So people started talking about what part of Kentucky they were in, and so this one lady said that she was in a town that's like 15-20 minutes up the road from here, and I was like, hey, you're in my neck of the woods. Well, anyway, so we started talking back and forth, and then I saw her last name, and I said, hey, you wouldn't by any chance know this person, would you? And she goes, he's my father-in-law. And I was like, oh my gosh, we've known him for so long, and my husband loves him. And so anyway, we became friends on Facebook. So anyway, after all of this happened, and we started talking about, doing an addition or something, we put on our personal pages, hey, we're looking for contractors in the area. Do y'all know anyone? Well, so she sent me a message, and she said, my dad is retired, but he does small jobs on the side. And so that's how we got his name.
Yeah.
So just meeting her the way I did, and then to now is just, it's the Lord working through, I think, all of these things.
Rebecca has a wonderful idea. She said Jack needs a detached man cave / workshop. I kind of do.
Well, you kind of.
I have, yeah.
Have one, yeah.
We have a detached garage. We have a metal building, a metal garage that we put in when we bought this house. There was already a concrete pad out there, so we just had a metal garage building put up. And I've got a workshop out there, and I mean, right now it's completely full of
full of our stuff.
And I'll be honest with you, I think some of the stuff that's out there, we will realize we have to throw it away.
Right. Yeah.
There's some things out there that I don't know if I want back in this house.
Yeah. Some of it's
mildewed.
Homeschool curriculum, and I think some of it got wet, but it's been in a tote for 4 months.
Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid to look at it.
And there's some furniture that got
Good night,
wet.
Farmer Brad.
There's some furniture that got wet that I went ahead and put out there to hopefully save, clean up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not.
Yeah.
One is a nice cabinet, kind of an entertainment cabinet that my uncle built, and he's already passed away.
Yeah.
So I really want to try to save that if I can.
Yeah.
And it's
hey,
made out of
blessed.
hardwood, solid wood. It's not that pressed wood or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Southern
Hey,
blessed.
Drops. Let's see. Chuchi said, keep a list of passwords with your emergency supplies. That is also a great
Yeah,
that's a
going
great
back
tip.
to ways to
Prepping.
prepare for emergencies.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say the question that was asked earlier for those who have joined us recently, Farmer Brad asked a really good question of what we have just experienced. Now that we can look back, what do we recommend? What would we tell other people to prepare, or how to prepare for something like that? And Jackie made the point, this was something that was never on our radar.
Yeah.
But looking back, there are, and
Well, even all the emergency people that showed up said, I've never seen anything like that before.
Right.
So this is something that even emergency people didn't expect.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I would say the biggest thing is know what your insurance covers. Our insurance did not cover it because I think somebody had asked that
Just
earlier.
make all your passwords 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, so our insurance did not cover. So you just want to make sure that you understand. And if there are riders, now again, we do not live on a floodplain, so we did not have flood insurance. And
this wasn't a sinkhole.
It wasn't a sinkhole.
It wasn't an earthquake.
Nope.
So
we were just really in a bad position.
And we've discussed this with other insurance agents that work for other companies in this area, and they've all told us the same thing, that they would not have covered this.
Nope.
Kind of a standard thing that we didn't know about, and of course most people don't.
Well, and again, who would ever imagine that would happen? I mean, we certainly didn't. But I will say this too. I know you've kind of talked about it some, but we have every possible thing that can be done to prevent this from happening. We have done, or we are doing. The yard has been graded. We have a new drainage system in. The walls have been reinforced, waterproofed. we're the addition. That was another thing too. We were told that if we did do the addition, that it would protect our basement even more because it would keep water.
Because now
away
most
from
of the
there.
backyard would be under an additional roof,
Right.
so that back wall wouldn't even be exposed the way it was.
Right.
I mean, there's an end wall back here that I would like to do more to, because it's the old current wall, and we have put columns in it, and we have graded
To keep
away
water
from
away
it.
from the
But
house.
eventually I'd probably like to dig back the dirt and put gravel in,
Yeah.
just so there won't be pressure.
Right.
I just don't like the idea of
No,
pressure
me either. Me
being put
either.
on that wall.
Yeah. So, but we're so thankful.
I'm tired.
I don't mind telling y'all this, and I don't think he would mind me saying this, but because of all the love that you all have poured out and that everyone has done, we have not had to borrow money to help rebuild our house. We are going to
It's been
finance
such a blessing.
the addition, but the addition is just something that we wanted to do anyway.
Right. We would not feel
No.
we would not feel good about using things that were given to us to fix our house.
Or to do
build
extra stuff.
something extra.
Right.
No. So that's something that
but-
we're gonna use
Right, but
out of
you all and other people have helped us rebuild our home. We did it without insurance. We did it without having to borrow because of all of you. And
Yes.
there is no way that
in church
we
family.
could thank you enough. And
Yeah.
we do know that we want to be able to pay it forward. That is something that we have talked about.
Yep.
Making sure that we have money set aside, that if we ever see someone that needs help, that we can do that. But you all have blessed us. You have been the hands and feet of Jesus. You all have helped us so much. You've prayed for us. You've encouraged us. You've sent money. You've sent gifts. You sent cards of words of encouragement. And
I mean, we had a living room full of Amazon boxes in
yes.
here a couple days ago.
In
And-
fact, I have saved all of the little gift slips that come with it, and I will eventually go through here and send all of you thank yous that have sent us things. But we cannot. There's just no way that we can tell you how full our hearts are. He has said it a million times. Anytime that we ever started to feel burdened or upset or anything from all of this, we've been quickly lifted up by you all, by our church family, by our blood family. And I mean, it's just, people ask, why do bad things happen to people? But it reminds me of in the Bible when Jesus healed the blind man, and all of the people were asking, why was he blind? What did he do? What did his parents do? And Jesus told them they didn't do anything. It was all to show his glory. And I feel like our story is that this happened because, I mean, we're living in such a stressful time now, but I believe that the Lord can use this.
Yeah.
That he is glorified. We've been able to talk to people about the Lord. This has opened doors for us to witness to people.
We're far from perfect people and far from being
Very flawed, for sure.
the Christians we need to be, but I think this has really helped us refocus and lean on the Lord, and it's strengthened our faith.
Yes.
We have had to lean on Him when we didn't know what to do, and all of a sudden, answers out of the blue.
Right.
And it was God, because He's the only one that could have done that, because no one else knew what we needed. And then all of a sudden,
And a lot of the times we didn't know what we needed.
We didn't know what we needed.
how to
What do we do
ask.
now?
Right. But so many people, we know that you all were petitioning the Lord on our behalf. Messages that people had asked their churches to pray for us, their families were praying for us. And I mean, this could have been so much worse, but I do believe that the Lord has, that he gets all the honor and glory.
Absolutely, every bit of it.
So
every bit of it. He has used you guys. He has used so many different people in our lives, but he gets all the honor and glory.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love all the comments people are putting on here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What did somebody say? I saw that. Oh. Anyway, I couldn't find it.
Okay.
But yeah, we've been blessed.
Yes, we have.
Well, that's what it comes down to, and
yes, it does.
And like she said, we've been talking about when we get through this, we want to be able to, you know, we talk about being prepared, prepping, all the stuff you can do just in case of this and just in case of that. Well, we want to have an emergency fund set aside, not if we have an emergency, but we want to have a benevolence fund for us, that when we see the need to be able to help someone else, we can do that. And because we know what it has meant to us.
Yep.
And so if we can help anybody else in that way, and make them feel a little bit of what we have felt,
yes,
and help them in times of need, you know, when people go through difficult times, just the littlest thing,
right?
A card.
Okay,
Yeah, we got cards, and we're just like, this is awesome, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And I also got, and I used it for the first time tonight. One of you sent me some handmade pot holders that were just beautiful, and I was like, I hate to even have to use them, but I thought, but that's why she made them and sent them to me, was to use them. So I did, and I love them. I just thought they were so sweet. But,
yeah, Mandy, you have to be able to be humble enough to accept help when it's offered. And
that was difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Yes. I mean, I wouldn't even really consider myself a prideful person, but to admit that you can't do something on your own is hard. It is hard, and
well, there were moments during this whole ordeal where we totally had to rely on people helping us, and we felt helpless.
Yeah.
And
because we would just look at all that had to be done, and it was just like, how are we gonna do this?
And you just got to get to the point where you're like, okay, accept the help, and and
it's kind of like, I mean, I'm not comparing anything to her, but I just the needy homesteader, after her husband passed away, she said that he came to her in her dream while she was out, still unconscious from the accident, and he said, ask for help. And and I guess her personality is, she knew that she probably wouldn't have otherwise, but he told her, ask for help. So
and that's a hard thing to do.
it is
hard thing to do.
But
so
again,
that's a good point, Mandy. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah. Let's see. Help from others helps them into heaven. Well, I don't know about that, but I know it certainly, if they have been saved, that they'll.
You can't work your way to heaven, but definitely you can show people how to be loving like Jesus was.
Yeah. Definitely. Been listening while closing the coop, checking on goats and my guardian dog. I think that's what that means, LGD. Who digs out during thunderstorms. Oh my goodness, that's Bo in a heartbeat. Candle, eggs, etc. Looking for 2 chicks hatching next week. Oh, yay, that's exciting. Oh, that is something that we haven't shared with everybody, and I guess I'll go ahead and do that now.
We got 2 minutes left.
My 2 chicks are gone, and we're pretty sure we have a hawk.
Yeah. Well, we know we have a hawk. We've been watching him out here today.
Yes.
So yeah, our 2 little chicks, they could run through the netting, and they would roam around in the backyard, and then when you went out into the backyard, they would run back to mama, back into the coop. But we're pretty sure that the hawk snatched them.
Yeah.
And got them.
Yeah. One day I came out here and couldn't find one of them, and then the next day came out and couldn't find the other one. So it was very sad. But now that we're home, I'm hoping that one goes broody again, and that we have more chicks, and we
know it can happen now. We know what to do.
Yes, and hopefully,
and we'll be getting, well, Lord willing, we'll be getting power.
Yeah.
The electricity has still not been turned on in our garage.
Right.
And the netting for the chicken, that's an electric netting, but it is wired to the garage.
Yeah.
So when we get power back out there, we'll have power back for the fence.
Right.
And so if we ever, like you said, if one goes broody and we get more chicks,
Yes.
at least they won't be running like that again.
Yes, and at least we will be here to enjoy them full time instead of just seeing them, once a day, because they really, really are so neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited about hopefully having more chicks. And I was actually, if you guys get a chance to go back and watch Lisa Sutton's Days, she did a live today, and she was talking about preparedness, as she usually does. And one of the things that they were talking about is that food prices on everything are going up and will continue to go up throughout the rest of the year. And just talking about meat prices especially going up. So anyway, it would just be good to have homegrown meat, not just eggs.
Yeah.
But our birds are dual purpose, so they can be meat birds or a laying flock if we need them to be. So.
Yeah. Whether you are preparing for like an emergency at your home, severe weather, or just, our world's crazy right now.
It is.
And our country is so unstable right now. So just do what you can to do as much as possible to be prepared for these type of situations.
Yeah.
But and pray.
Right.
Pray for just everything that's going on right now.
Right.
We've got friends that are still sick. We've got some of you are still going through some difficult times, and then just our whole country and what's going on in the world right now. Just pray for that.
Yep.
We need to go. Our hour's up, and we really appreciate everybody watching. I never even looked over till now to see.
We have a lot of friends joining us today.
We're over 200, but
Yeah,
I don't know
awesome.
what it was at earlier. So
Yeah. But yes, now that we are home, I am so anxious to getting back to making videos for y'all. My friend Amanda Beal has Souptember going on, so
Souptember.
head on to the Beals.
And then there's a
Check out-
Croctober that's coming up
Yes,
too.
I am going to be in the Croctober, so definitely we'll have a recipe coming up in October. So anyway, really looking forward to getting back to making videos, getting back into our old routines, eating our good food.
And I know
all
we're
the
going
things.
over a few minutes, but this weekend,
This
weekend, we're going to get to hang out with some homesteaders.
Yes.
Lord willing, we plan to go to the Heartland Homesteaders
Old-fashioned picnic. At Land Between the Lakes.
over near Grand Rapids, Kentucky.
Yes.
So if you're able to make a trip.
Thank you. Kathy's got the information down there.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes, me too.
Just seeing some familiar faces, meeting some new people.
Yes, and for those of you who stay with us for a while, y'all have heard us talk about Mike, Wilderness Survival Simplified. He will be there. He's coming.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, everybody, we talk about our friend Mike. He's our Pastor Mike.
Yes.
It's funny because we always call him Pastor Mike on our videos.
Do
we
we?
don't call him that at church.
No, I didn't know we called him that.
I
just call him Mike.
I've referred to him like that several times.
Brother Mike.
Yeah,
Yep.
Brother Mike. But
Yep.
anyway, yep.
Oh, y'all are going to be there, Southern Blast? I wasn't sure if y'all were coming.
Southern
Yay!
Blast coming, yes.
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 Good.
I don't know if the Stavers are planning on coming.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know
either.
they were planning on it, but now that they've moved, I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
I don't know. Very good. I'm so excited to see everybody.
so yeah. Anyway,
deal,
I just
good
wanted to
deal.
mention that before we end because
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. All right. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We love you all. We appreciate you so much. Until next time, remember to be vigilant, be prayerful, and be prepared. God bless, and we will see y'all in the next one.
Time to go to bed.
Yes.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Boop.